The Shark Deck.
Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. Meghan and Harry will be happy that July is over. The Mirror recapped their month from hell. There were the claims that the marriage is on the rocks and strain caused by the end of their deal with Spotify. Ugly rumours have circulated on gossip sites suggesting that they are spending time apart, but pals have said it simply isn't the case. There were the rumoured cancelled July 4th parties and the rumour of being banned from a private club. There's Meghan's reported solo deal with an agency and Harry's proposed solo trip to Africa. Speaking to the Mirror, brand expert Andy Barr said, "The romantic in me says that this is the couple splitting their career path in order to fully commit to their passion projects. But the commercial cynic in me says that the power couple have realized that they can potentially earn more by dividing and conquering." With Harry rumoured to be off to film a series in Africa, it would be no surprise to see Meghan heading off to a region where their brand may have historically struggled to win over fans in order to reinforce their global appeal and make them even more attractive to potential brands wishing to sign them up. There was the split with Netflix and the use of the word grifters. There were the mixed messages coming from Netflix depending on who you asked. There was the story that they asked for a ride on Air Force One, even if that doesn't make sense if you poke at the details. That said, crisis communications specialist Andy Barr thinks Harry and Meghan's Air Force One snub proves they forgot the golden rule of royalty. He told the Mirror he believes the snub was a way to keep a bit of distance from the couple following their security staff drama in the UK. Barr explained, "Harry and Meghan forgot the golden rule of giving up a globally respected royal title. You become just like us ordinary folk." Okay, so they are not quite at the same ordinary folk level as you and I, but they no longer fall into the royal category. Whilst they are very much at the top of the A-list celeb spectrum, a royal title gives you access to things that us normal people can only dream of. Then there is the talk of the Hollywood elite avoiding them. According to News Nation, the couple's high-profile Montecito neighbours, which includes the likes of Steven Spielberg, Julia Louis-Dreyfus and Rob Lowe, are reportedly giving the former senior royals a wide berth so as not to alienate Will and Kate. As a producer told News Nation, "Everyone's got a movie to sell and a Broadway play, and they want to debut on screen in London or London's West End, and they know that Prince William and Kate, who are the biggest celebrity guests over there, won't show if they think someone is friends with Harry and Meghan. My sources tell me that it's all about money, and the big power players in Hollywood aren't jeopardizing their businesses for Harry and Meghan." For July 4th, a source told News Magazine that the couple had erected gazebos for the party, but they were taken down when Meghan instructed the planners to call it off. They claim guests were left shocked by the cancellation. It's unclear how Harry feels about a holiday that is about overthrowing the British monarchy. Royal biographer Christopher Anderson says the last thing the royals want is another version of Spare coming out decades from now. Anderson said, "They have to think about George's feelings in relation to his siblings. George has all this pressure. He has these two siblings who can help him, who can ease some of the pressure and share some of the burden. By the same token, they don't want to feel sidelined. They don't want to feel invisible in his shadow. The royal family does not want another kid writing a book, another edition of Spare. Obviously, Harry was very hurt by being in the shadow of his brother. I think they're aware of that." Royal biographer Andrea Levin added, "Kate and William are there to help George, but he needs to be kept away from Harry's negative influence." Palace Intrigue will be right back.
Hey, it's Jordan Ross Myers, the man behind Twitter's notorious Lee Radswell and Don Gunvalson. I'm inviting you to join me every week for the Pretty Corrupt podcast. Along with my co-host, reality casting director Stacey Noel Connor, and disgraced entertainment TV producer Nate Safer, we probe the dark crevices of Hollywood, taking you inside the scandals of society's rich and infamous. Everything is fair game on the Pretty Corrupt podcast. Every Tuesday on all streaming platforms and at storicmedia.com.
The Express tells of King Charles' packing hack to ensure he always has his favourite breakfast to hand. The King has a number of requirements when he embarks on royal trips and tours, including his breakfast box, which includes some of his favourite foods to start the day. Royal chef Graham Newbold revealed what Charles likes to eat for breakfast. Prince Charles is a healthier option. He'd have homemade bread, a bowl of fresh fruit and fresh fruit juices. Wherever the prince goes in the world, the breakfast box goes with him. He has 6 different types of honey, some special mueslis, his dried fruit, and anything that's a bit special that he is a bit fussy about. Former royal chef Darren McGrady says Charles tries to ensure the pantry is always well stocked with his own produce. with the king and Camilla growing their own food in their gardens. McGrady said the instruction was to put 2 plums and a little juice into a bowl and send it to him for breakfast. I'd send him 2 plums and he would take one, so it would come back out after breakfast, and I'd put the other plum back in the jar and save it. One morning I thought, okay, he needs one for breakfast, so he put 1 plum in the bowl and he sent it out into the dining room. The attending waiter came through and said, "Can His Royal Highness have 2, please?" So I had to keep sending 2 every morning. Meanwhile, what Princess Anne eats in a day, and her diet might make you feel queasy, according to the Mirror. Anne reportedly likes to start her day with a bowl of fruit. Nothing strange there, but Anne is said to prefer her bananas to be overripe and going mouldy. Further proof that we're never going to run out of things to talk about on this podcast. McGrady previously told Today Princess Anne almost always preferred the bananas almost black, overripe, because they digested easier. First, the ends of the bananas are cut off. Then the banana peel is sliced down the middle from end to end so unpeeled fruit can be opened. The fruit is sliced into circles and eaten with a fork. We're told at lunch she always has a kiwi fruit. A preferred dinner, deviled pheasant, which we are told is basically a couple of whole pheasants and poached and then taken off the bones, shredded, and kept warm in the poaching juices. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please head on over to youtube.com and search for Palace Intrigue and hit subscribe over there. We're on a quest for 1,000 subscribers, and anything you can do would really, really help us out. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue, and good time. Hi, I'm Mark Francis and host of a new podcast, The Messi Effect. Join us as we take you into the exciting new world of Argentine soccer phenomenon, Lionel Messi, and his new life at Inter Miami. We'll bring you into the glitz, the glamour, the star-studded events, along with the exciting journey to a new world of U.S. soccer and international football with news and stories 3 times a week. Come along for the ride as Messi, Miami, and Major League Soccer experience the journey of a lifetime. Get the Messi Effect wherever you get your podcasts.